Hello everybody, welcome back again to my channel. Today we're going to do a quick review, and I promise you this will be a quick one, on the wide angle lens that I bought off Amazon. It's a Vivitar. Right now I'm filming through the lens, and as you can see a pretty good angle here, pretty wide view. I've only shot a couple of shots with it, but so far I think I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty close to the camera right now, probably 4 feet away, and the lens is really, makes it appear a little bit farther, gives a little bit wider shot. I don't know if I'll film with this all the time, but I think initially the reason I bought it was to do some interviews at the car shows, and I'd like to get the person's whole car in and them, and not have the camera too far away because my mic has a 20-foot cord on it, so I'm a little bit limited to how far away I can be. And I think this is going to help do what I want it to do. A couple of issues I've had with it is the adapter ring was not screwing on properly. It was screwing on, but you'd get so far, now I've got video coming up, and it hits the loop for the strap, for the hand strap, and then it starts to get distorted on one side. I think that that's probably happening to a lot of people and they don't realize it. A couple of videos I saw on YouTube show some distortion to the outer edge of the video, and I think probably with that ring being a little cockeyed, it's going to tilt your lens out also a little bit, and I could see that causing a little bit of distortion on the outer edges. I'll watch this video shortly here and see if that, see how it looks on the outer edge. But looking through the screen here right now, I think it looks pretty good. The other issue, which I'll show you in a video coming up, is with the lens on the camera, you have to tilt the display screen in a little bit to spin it around. Not a big deal, but I thought I'd make you aware of it. So with that, let me show you what I had to sand down to get the strap to fit for the camera. And I'll show you the way that you have to tilt the screen to open it up, or actually to flip it all the way around. So stay tuned. Well, I wanted to put this at the beginning of the video here before we get too far into this. I've been playing around with it a little bit more, and I am getting a little bit of a shadowing around the outer edges here, top and bottom. Right now I've got the camera zoomed in just enough to get beyond that shadowing. Let me zoom it out and so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, you can just faintly see it on the upper two corners. I don't know. I'm going to play with this some more. I may work with it zoomed in just a hair, but I wanted to throw that in here before we get started with the review. I don't know if I'm going to use this all the time or not at this point. I'm going to have to do some videoing and see what if I want to zoom in a little bit to get rid of it. I'll decide from there. All right, guys, let's get into the video. Let me jump in here real quick before we get started. I briefly talk about a little bit of shadowing in the upper and lower corners of the video in this review. It really bothered me, and after really watching the video and kind of trying to figure out what was causing that, I figured out it happened to be one of the settings that I changed. You can change a setting on the camera to give you a little bit wider shot without an additional lens on there, which I had my camera set at. So at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to make that change, and I'm going to show you what the camera looks like without any lens in automatic mode, then with the wide angle setting in the camera, and then with the wide angle lens on it, just so you can get an idea to help you decide if this lens is right for you. With that, let's get into it. So what came in the package today was a bag to carry the lens itself, which has a screw-on cover here, and this is a slip-on cover, and the adapter ring was taped to the outside of the box, so that is not part of the, probably wasn't part of the kit from Vivitar, but the company that I bought the kit from included the adapter ring, so it will fit onto the camera here. So on this ring, when I screw it on to this is the adapter ring, When I screw it onto the camera here, as you can see, it starts to hit that right there, and it's not tight yet, and it's starting to hit that. That is the loop for the hand strap to go through. So what I'm going to try to do is sand that corner down a little bit because I don't want to lose the functionality of that. But if I go to snug this up, it actually starts to distort the ring right around here. And I'm wondering if that is what's causing the distortion or blurriness when they have the wide angle lens on there to the outer edges. So let me take a little bit of sandpaper and we're going to sand that corner down just right in there on that strap holder and see what that does for us. All right, so I sanded down right in this area here. It's kind of like just this upper corner that needed to be taken down a little bit. And I'm trying to give you a good angle. Like if you see how tall this corner is right here, and this one I rounded over just a little bit on the outer edge here, but more towards the inner is where the adapter ring was hitting. Now when I put the adapter ring on, just as it starts to tighten onto the lens here, right at the last turn, it just starts to make contact with the strap loop there. That's where I'm going to stop for now, and we'll shoot some film and see how it looks. But I really think with that ring being distorted before, that it was probably twisting the wide angle lens a bit, causing distortion on the outer edges. We'll see what it looks like. Stay tuned. So here we are with the camera, and this is what I was talking about. When I open this up, if I want to spin it all the way around, you can see it's hitting the lens there. So you got to tip it in a little bit, spin it around, and then you can release it. Not a big deal, but just thought you should be aware of that. And the other thing, this lens is somewhat heavy, so it does make the camera a little bit heavier in the front. Not a big issue, but just keep that in mind. If you're going to be carrying it a lot, I don't know that I'd want to carry it all the time, film by hand with it, but we'll see how that goes too. So this is a shot with the camera in auto mode, no lens on it, no zoom at all. And I put some blue tape up on the wall so you can see behind me how much you can see. Here I'm going to show you how to change the zoom type. Hit the camera with the little cog there. Oop, I'll dab back on. And I'm going to go to zoom type and go to 57 zoom. And now you can see with the 57 zoom, I've got a few more, maybe about 7 or 8 inches out on each side versus just the auto mode. And with the 57 mode, that's when I was getting the shadowing in the corners with the lens on there. Now I'll put the wide angle lens on and put it back to 32. And now with the camera back at the 32 times setting with the wide angle lens on there, you can see the third tape lines out on the wall. Now the camera is about 8 feet from me. I've measured that. And I took some measurements on my tape marks because I wanted to see what difference it would make. The camera in auto mode with no zoom is 7 feet 3 inches. And then when I used that 57 times mode, that took it out to 8 feet 9 inches. Now putting the camera back at the 32 times and going with the wide angle lens, that gives me a full 10 feet side to side with the camera 8 feet from me. I think the wide angle lens with the 10 feet is going to serve what my purposes are. And I also really looked close at my taping. I did not see any distortion at the far outer edges. I really think that the folks that were experiencing that probably did have the issue that I explained earlier about that adapter pressing up against the strap hold and probably putting the lens at a little bit of an angle to cause the distortion. With that being said, let's wrap this video up. So far I think the video looks pretty good. No complaints. I'll see how it is for me when I get out there filming some people and some cars and get some more footage under the belt with this thing. But so far I think it looks pretty good. I hope those 2 little tips helped you. Definitely I paid $15 for this lens. I think it's a no-brainer, worth giving a try. And I hope that some of those folks that were reviewed it on YouTube that were having trouble getting the lens on there, catch my video and see if that's their issue, hitting that support bracket or that loop bracket, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, thanks for watching my videos. I appreciate you spending a little bit of your day with me. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.